Bellz.
And your boy Napoleon B. Mike.
And TayDZ, how y'all doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. So this time we're gonna do another show, starting off with poetry news.
Not the lowrider dance. What did they call that back in five? Now lean back. Lean back. Lean back.
Oh man.
Ooh,
Oh man.
geez,
Okay.
don't dance. They just pull up their pants and do the rock away. How y'all doing? Hey.
What up,
Poetry news.
TayDZ? What up, TayDZ?
Well, folks, I got some poetry news for y'all. I'm going to make it a quick segment today. I got one piece of news for y'all. Now, we know a few years ago, the surviving R. Kelly special came out, right? And of course, we all know what Robert did. Now, so Robert recently, he got convicted in the last year, and so he's serving time. But he also put out an album while he was, in jail. And remember that album he put out. Nobody knew how it got put out. Even his label was like, "How in the world did this happen?" So today, he was basically ordered to pay the rest of all of his royalties to the victims.
Hmm.
Now, this is interesting because I know there's a lot of people out there who have been thinking in their heads, man, I can't listen to R. Kelly right now. For some reason or another, one of the main reasons that people didn't listen to him for a good while is because they were like, well, I don't want to give him money. I know for me personally, I was sitting and I was just sitting up there. I was like, Dad, I really want to listen to 12 play, but if I listen to 12 play, I'm giving that man more play than he needs. I'm giving that man at least $12 of my money. I can't do that, bro. I can't do that. I have a good conscience. Well, now it looks like if you listen to him, your money, you're not giving him money. You're giving somebody else money. Now, I don't know how this affects either y'all. I don't know how big of Kelly fans y'all were before this stuff broke out, which, you know, that was always been around. Let's say before the Surviving R. Kelly special came out. I don't know how big of R. Kelly's people you were beforehand. I mean, does this affect y'all's decision to listen to his
I
music again or
believe
not?
I can fly.
Apparently, I said, yeah, I'm gonna listen to him again.
I feel like if he can release music from prison and he's trying to continue a music career, regardless of incarceration, then absolutely, absolutely, clearly, it has been proven he has a viable fan base who's waiting for his content. The victim should absolutely profit from his stuff, his old stuff, and whatever he dares else release. Maybe this will make him stop making stuff. That will be great.
No, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think that's gonna happen. But I do agree that it does make sense that his sense, uh, goes to the victims of his atrocities.
hmm Yeah, and you know, for a long time, a lot of people. I mean, there's still some things that get in the way of me listening to some of his music, like uh, I mean, let's face it, he was into a specific age range. So when he's singing love songs or songs about, making love, sometimes it's hard to get out your head. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Ew,
hard.
the fact that you brought up that he's into a specific age range, and there were comedians who would make jokes about R. Kelly being a pedophile, like, oh, if she's over 15,
Mm-hmm.
he don't want her.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting. But it makes me think of that song Ignition, and I'm just like, ew, like he's
Ooh.
ah, what is it like? keys in the ignition, popping fresh out the
Yeah.
kitchen
Yeah.
in the
See, the
hotel
problem,
lobby.
My
the
mind is telling me
problem,
no.
oh, my mind is telling me no. And it should
But
have kept telling me no.
my
Yeah.
body's telling me yeah.
Yeah. See,
Uh,
oh man.
yeah. Nah,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's still kind of, I'm still walking a tightrope, you know?
Yeah.
I'm still kind of walking it.
I
It's,
mean,
mm,
I
it's
mean,
not.
the hip
It's just
that he made
trapped in the closet. Yeah, but
still influential.
but um, it's crazy how, especially black people, we don't take nothing seriously. Um, but
For real.
but as 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 soon as it was known that R. Kelly was a pedophile, it was like the jokes just started
yeah.
coming, and then
Yeah.
they never stopped. Especially from black comedians, it was like
Oh, yeah.
because we really don't take anything seriously for nothing.
We don't.
Uh,
We don't.
Um, and it shows how our community like deals with traumatic events like that. It's like we heal by making jokes about it. I
Yeah.
mean,
I feel like
it's not right to always make jokes about something like that. It can make people sensitive, and that's their prerogative, or their own way of healing. But like black people in general don't really take nothing seriously. So it shows that we are just an unserious culture community.
I feel the way the R. Kelly situation was joked about in the black community can be an example to support the idea that like I feel black women as sexual assault victims like aren't protected, and like that what he was doing to those young girls was like made so light. People didn't even believe it. They didn't take it seriously. And I feel like even when it comes to our own people being victim, especially our women, it's brushed off because unfortunately that is something that is cultural that we're seeking to change. And I had something else I wanted to say and I forgot. But I think that goes to the point of like black women are often disrespected and unprotected even by the men in our community, and it's disappointing.
And it's so interesting because when you look at like the history of a lot of the um thing, where people love a celebrity, and then next thing you know, that celebrity's accused of something crazy, and we spend our entire time trying to rationalize. Black people, we are so generationally used to, oh, it's just a kangaroo court. No, they didn't actually do anything. You know, we're just society is just trying to be against us. Like with Bill Cosby, how many years did it take for us to officially accept that Bill Cosby was actually a predator? It took us years. You know, it took black people years to, or yeah, it took black people a few years to really realize, oh man, OJ might have did that. OJ might actually be a killer. You
He didn't
know,
do it.
We can bring up the Chris Brown Rihanna situation. Chris Brown's career
yeah.
suffered a lot. Like when, especially after people saw the photos of Rihanna
Hmm.
like beat up. And even
Hmm.
recently, when his documentary came out, like explaining the situation, like over a decade later, people still felt like, why are you talking about it as if she is at any fault for the situation that happened between the two of you when you were that young? Like, you shouldn't have been putting your hands
Hmm.
on her, period. But
Hmm.
although Rihanna's career had a surge from that, Chris Brown's music, he's had several summer hits, several summers in a row on the radio. So it's not like he was taken off the map. His surged as well. So yeah. I also wanted to make the point of with the R. Kelly situation, I feel a part of the reason people didn't take it seriously right away is because of the time that the information was coming out. It was also during the time when blogs were popular and there were a lot of like online tabloids like TMZ. I mean, TMZ is a legitimate news source now, but back then, like there were just a lot of scandalous headlines about celebrities. So when that first video of the girl, I think peeing on R. Kelly came out, and people were watching that.
I think it was the other way. I think it was the other way around.
R. Kelly was peeing on her.
Yeah. It was him.
That was CP. Like that was a CP video, and people were watching it, passing it around, and the question was, is that R. Kelly in that video? Not fully acknowledging the fact that was a 15-year-old girl or 14, however old she was, under 18, fully acknowledging that's a child for sure, but only seeking to answer, is that R. Kelly? It's like everybody was willingly watching this CP. And so it's like our attitudes have changed about stuff like that. We ask different questions now because the shock value of like stuff like that being spread is gone.
Honestly, I also feel like TMZ is just so. TMZ only does shock value stuff. Like with the Kobe Bryant situation, the fact that TMZ put the video out before his family was even notified, that made me mad. That made me mad.
Although it's interesting you bring up Kobe because he's another person where we love Kobe, we always love Kobe, but like we also don't talk about the fact that he did, you know, there are certain things in his history that we don't like to talk about. But because we love Kobe, it's just I think the only one of the few black people who we don't defend as heavily, despite his crimes of the past, is like because of his crimes of the past, is Karl Malone, the NBA Hall of Famer, because he was also a pedophile, and he also impregnated a minor when he was over the age of 18, and. We don't give Karl Malone that kind of love and press anymore. And, but it's like there's a whole sea of other ones,
Yeah.
And it's hard to kind of go back. I mean, it's not difficult to go back and watch Karl Malone highlights, You're supporting the entirety of the Utah Jazz, not just Karl Malone. But it's just hard because it feels like you're supporting all the talent. But yeah, but now it feels like okay, I can maybe go back and see if I can listen to like I don't know the I don't be like a fly, I guess that one feels innocuous enough, right? The Gotham City song he made for that Batman movie one time. Step in the Name of Love, I guess if it was that again, maybe, but.
There's very few R. Kelly songs that don't have any sexual innuendos or sexual content, and it is hard to go back and listen to that. Although I believe I Can Fly is the only one I can think of.
I Be Like a Fly, the Gotham City song. Like I can't listen to "Seems Like You Ready." That feels weird to listen to.
Trapped in the Closet.
See, at least Trapped in the Closet, there's an actual like story that goes with that. It's not that's an opera. It's a hip opera. Like they're like he's not. We know he's not talking about a minor there. We pray. We know he's not talking about a minor there. But like I don't know. Freaking, you remind me of my Jeep. I don't know. You remind me of my Jeep. Why? Because it's only 5 years old. Like I don't know, Kels. I don't know. Freaking, it's hard to listen to his music still, but at least I have a better conscience where I know I'm not giving him money, I'm giving his victims money, and that
Yeah.
makes me feel a little better, but just a little.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna sit down and listen to a whole R. Kelly album for
Mm-mm,
hours. I'm not gonna do that just because
no.
of my feelings about it. But like
Mm-hmm.
I just I just feel like I feel better about listening to certain songs now.
Yeah,
Like you were
this sense.
saying. But again, like the the black community is just so like used to um just letting stuff slide or just making a joke out of something because that's how we heal. That's how we've been programmed um to get over traumatic events. And it's crazy because it's like as funny as the jokes are, there's real people behind them, and
Yeah.
it's and as someone who has very dark humor, um, I like the jokes, but I'm also conscious about like how they affect the people who are behind them.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get that way again, or
Mm-hmm.
in general. But black people in general don't think about it like that. They just like the jokes because that's how we just get over trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, um, I kind of wanted to bring up the point of, R. Kelly's transgressions weren't just against women, they were against
Mm-hmm.
men too. And I feel that's something else that doesn't get talked about a lot when men are sexually assaulted by
Mm-hmm.
anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, I think he's just a monster, like a sexual
Oh yeah.
deviant.
Oh yeah. So
that
you know
that
that's
that also brings up another point about like how people don't take. It's rare for someone to take men's mental health seriously because I feel like R. Kelly's deviancy has something to do with how he was raised as well. And because that wasn't taken care of when he was younger, it was it made him feel like it's okay now.
well.
He was really okay with what he was doing because he was like fascinated with himself. Like there are R. Kelly tapes on him abusing these people, and he will watch these tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I feel like definitely if you enjoy something, and we can have a big discussion about stuff like that, but another time. But I guess my basic gist at this point is, you know, proceed with caution if you listen to his music. Just proceed with caution.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, if you really want to listen to him, but you didn't want to because you didn't want to support him, proceed with caution. So
Yeah.
this has been your poetry news segment.
Poetry news with TayDZ.
I'll see y'all.
Bye, Tay.
Well, you want to take a break or you want to?
Yeah, we can take a break. It's cool.
All right, we are going to take a 5-minute break. We will be back at 8:34. And we're back.
Yeah, we're back. You're listening to Poetry Slam with Bellz.
And your boy Napoleon B. Mate. So
okay.
You ready for the poetry? You ready for the poetry now? Y'all ready for the poetry? Because I'm ready for the poetry. Yeah, you ready for the poetry?
Yeah, I'm ready for the poetry. I got a shorty.
Ladies first.
Okay, so I come every week with a new little segment. So this is going to be called K's Quotes. Quotes with a K, not a QU. So this is something I was trying to make into a poem. And it's really a K quote.
Okay.
May I have the stage? And silence. Do what you say. Otherwise, your words become lies. K quote.
Do what you say. Otherwise, your words become lies. That's a tweet. You should tweet that.
If I tweet it, then Elon will rebrand it as an X. And it's really a K quote. So I want to keep my integrity.
Well, the K quote will stay a K quote because it's under K's account. So it's a K quote by Bellz.
So this kind of seems kind of obvious, but I guess I've just been thinking lately that when you say you're going to do something and then you don't do it and you don't amend it, then that means you never did what you said. So the thing you said is a lie. You have compromised your integrity. For example, even with something small, you say, I'm going to make some Kool-Aid tonight. Never make the Kool-Aid. Never say anything about it. You never say anything like, oh, I forgot to make the Kool-Aid. I meant to make it last night.
Right.
If you just leave it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kay.
And you never do what you say or you never address it, it's a lie.
As long as you back it up with an explanation, it's not a lie.
But you don't.
Well, if you don't back it up, I'm saying as long as you back it up with an explanation, it's not a lie. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just thought that was interesting because a lot of times I think we say we're going to do stuff and then we never do it and we never follow up about it. Like, it's really important to follow up, even if it's a simple, oh, I thought I wanted to do that and then I realized I don't want to do that, or I can't do that anymore because this, and the other. Or I actually tried it and it's not what I thought it was going to be, so I'm not going to follow through with it. That's being honest. But if you just leave stuff hanging, like, I'm going to make a bracelet, and you never make the bracelet, it's a lack of integrity. You got to follow up on what happened with that bracelet.
Okay. With that being said, I know I told y'all a few weeks ago that I was going to have a new poem coming out on Spotify and Apple Music. Well, when I went to look at the file the next day, there was nothing there. So I have to recreate the file. I have to recreate the audio. I have to redo the audio. And then I'll get back to you on that poem that I'm supposed to have out.
Oh, so you took that opportunity to clear up a lie.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
it's not a lie. Now it's a truth.
It's a work
Now
in
we know the
progress.
truth.
It's a work in progress. That's what it is. Yeah, I took that time to clear up why I haven't put out the poem yet, but that's because when I went to look at the audio file for the next day, it had no audio input, nothing. Like all of it was gone. So little uh little mad about that. But the next time I record, I will put it out.
Well, you can make up for it with a live performance
Of said poem.
or
Okay.
just something new.
Um, I don't have anything new.
Oh my
So I'm
God.
a,
Okay. Well, I
uh,
have. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna read this poem again, just to remind y'all what it is. Um, I might do a off the dome poem later in the show, but we will be on the lookout for that. So this poem is drowning. Sometimes I feel like I'm drowning, and I'm not even swimming. Drowning in stress, drowning in disrespect, drowning, and I have no one to save me. Drowning, just to reach the top. Drowning, just to reach the bottom of the bottle. Drowning, and my muscles are tired from trying to swim, trying to keep my head above water. Drowning. I'm tired of writing these types of poems, so I haven't written in a while. Drowning in thoughts, in plans, in life. I keep a smile in my on my face, but can't you see me drowning? Or am I too far up? Am I too far down? Do I have too much positivity that you can't see me? Do I have too much going on that's good? That's that you can't see I'm drowning? Someone who sees someone else drowning will do anything to help them. So why haven't you? Why haven't you tried to come save me? Why haven't you tried to throw me a floaty? You say that you have, but I haven't seen it. You see, can't you see I'm still drowning? I'm drowning, drowning, drown. Be mine.
Okay, be mine. Yeah, we heard that one before.
Yeah, yeah.
You could play a little water gift to that.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm thinking about the production value of it. I'm thinking about the video of it. Like, I'm already on a video of it. I haven't made the actual outline of the video, but I'm thinking of the video. I already have a video.
You could do a visualizer. Little visualizer. You
Yeah.
can do a little a verse video, put all your verses on a video,
Mm-hmm.
a visualizer, and a poetry video. That's what the music artists do. You could release it 3 times.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's how people get their music heard and stuff like that. But so
Because each poem is a single. I mean, unless you come out with a poetry album, you can treat your individual audio poems as a single, and you got to push your single. You got to keep publishing it.
Yeah, I gotta get better with that because I don't post any poetry on any of my pages right now. So I need to get better at that.
Hey, Pan Cam.
I need to get better at that. Um, so yeah, I mean, but I will get better. I will. It's just a work in progress. Everything is a work in progress, really. Um, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to read a quote from Megan Fox because she wrote a poetry book. So, this is what she had to say about it on her Instagram. These poems were written in an attempt to excise the illness that had taken root in me because of my silence. I've spent my entire life keeping the secrets of men. My body aches from carrying the weight of their sins. My freedom lives in these pages, and I hope that my words can inspire others to take back their happiness and their identity by using their voice to illuminate what's been buried, but not forgotten, in the darkness.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of interesting because it sounds like she's made a life of being a companion,
Yeah.
and she kind of became a lockbox for their secrets, and now she's finally going to say how that has made her feel. And her book is called Pretty Boys Are Poisonous.
Pretty boys are poisonous. That's hilarious.
Yes, and it's coming out November 7th, and it's already labeled a bestseller. Hey, the power of having a following from being a movie star. It has over 70 poems.
Jeez.
So, yeah. I guess she's been writing it for years because, I mean, currently she's with Machine Gun Kelly.
Nah,
I think
they ain't together no more. I don't think.
Wow. Okay. Well, but before she's had other like very public relationships. So
Yeah, I want to know about that relationship with.
maybe it's in the book. I mean, she has another quote. Well, actually, this says Fox chronicles all the ways in which we fit ourselves into the shape of the ones we love, even if it means losing ourselves in the process. I think that's very true.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that because I have a tendency to do that. Because I mean, I want the person who I'm in a relationship with to know that I understand their love language and want them to feel love the way they want to feel love or they need to feel love. So I just try my best to make sure that they are. And when I fail, I just feel horrible about it because I just like I'm not being the person that you need me to be. And I'm not showing you the love in a way that you need to be shown love. So, I mean, it happens, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a balance. Like when you have a partner, you want to be compromising because that's what it takes to like have a lifelong companion. You have to compromise on some things because you're not the exact same person. You know, you have to be accommodating. However, it's a balance of not giving up too much where you lose yourself or you even lose the purpose and value of being in the relationship.
Yeah.
And you know what? It takes confidence to sit in your funk. like like sometimes you really just have to remember I am who I am. Like, you know, accommodating someone else doesn't necessarily mean changing who you are and altering your identity. You know, sometimes it's just a behavioral change. Like if you're the person who as soon as you get out the shower, you leave the wet towel on the bed, and your partner is like, you're always leaving the wet towel on the bed and it's annoying to me. Okay, yeah, you can stop that bad habit. That's different from
That's easy.
you.
That's easy to change. unlike something that's been ingrained in you your whole life, like being a
I mean, you may have
jokester.
been doing that since you were a kid. Like, you may have been just throwing a wet towel on the bed since you were a kid.
But that's
But like,
a behavior change, not a personality change. Personality change,
exactly
personality changes are so much harder than behavior changes
right, and
because
that's
your personality is what makes you who you are, and
yeah,
that person fell in love with who you are, or a version of who you are, because I've not only do I know this from experience, but I've heard that, like, in the first 6 months of a relationship, it's pretty much mainly putting on a face. You're protecting the person from who you really are, so you don't show your true colors until it's 6 months. Is that 6 months in or so? But that's just what I've heard.
I mean, I thought it was 3 months, but 6 months sounds about right. It's hard for people to, just keep it up for that long, or sometimes you just need more time to get comfortable. But yeah, that's definitely the distinguishment I'm trying to make. There's a difference between changing your habits and changing your personality traits to be somebody else.
Exactly. Exactly. So, okay, are you guilty of that? Have you lost yourself in a relationship before?
I don't think I've ever lost myself in a relationship. I think I have been blessed to have a very strong personality. So I think I've never lost myself in a relationship just because that's just so far from who I am, I guess. And I haven't been with a person who has made me feel pressured to change who I am as well. Sometimes when you like somebody a lot, you just want to do whatever to like make them satisfied with you. So I've never been with someone where I felt like I had to change. And I feel that I feel I have settled in relationships before. I'm definitely guilty of that. Like, not like accepting behaviors that I really wasn't okay with. Um, yeah, but I don't do that anymore.
I've I've done that before too. Um, and before the relationship was started, before it was actually a relationship, I would like get out of Dodge. Um, so I kind of avoided that, but also I I feel like my personality is strong, but the people who I've dealt with, personality has been strong as well. So so they just it's just one of them things that just like our personalities clash, and for whatever reason it doesn't last. So
Okay, I was looking for another poem because we're running close to the end of the hour, and I know I have a love poem that sort of relates to our conversation. However, cuffing season is coming up, and I really think we should try our hand at making a poetic cuffing season survival guide for our listeners. And for
I
our listeners,
I already have a slew of those poems. So yeah, go ahead, Kay.
I'm talking about sort of in the vibe of girl code, guy code, when people would submit their stories and then the comedians would sort of react with stories of their own or advice. I feel like we could share poems of stories or like react to other people's stories poetically. Um, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so I have this crazy. I have so many angsty things that I wrote because I was angsty, and I felt like I wanted to make a motivational series about it. Um,
Ooh, okay. I have a poem, but I'll let you read yours first.
no, you read yours first because I'm still looking.
Okay. All right. Affection. Drunk on it, sipping on it every time we text. I don't care for the lack of attention, but I'm used to it. I guess I shouldn't have showed you that poem because it felt like you're using my words against me. I could be wrong in overthinking it. I'd rather have your hand in mine or your lips pressed against mine, but they're not. You're working on a paper and I'm at work writing this about you. Maybe I could be talking about someone else, but the world may never know. Because I've shown that poem to multiple people. Like, I've hung it on this fridge of my life like it's one of my proudest pieces of work. Because it is. I'm sorry. The train in my mind is going off the rails. Affection is something that I crave. I want it, and it doesn't necessarily have to be from you. I will find another woman to give me what I want, but I want it from you. Be mate.
How sweet.
That's a poem I wrote a long time ago. Well, it wasn't that long ago. It was yeah. But but yeah, that's a poem I wrote a little while ago. I'm looking for another poem, but uh, okay, you can go ahead and read your poem. You ready? Are you still looking?
Uh, all right, let me just read something that I read in another season.
Because I can read another one if you like.
Oh my gosh, I can't let you go 3 for 3. That's too much. Hold on a second. Okay, I've read this one a few times, but I'm gonna read it again. Oh, dang. Okay, let me just go ahead. This poem is called Is Love Enough? And I wonder if love is enough, if it really conquers all. Because since I was scarred, my vision has become marred and eyes are squinted, simply unable to see what is hinted and obvious. Everything looks and feels oblivious to me because my sensory is damaged. I don't know what my heart wants or what I have to offer. I have no guidance, only methods of hiding from sensations and a knowing, a private gift of my mother's gave, telling what is and what is. We are women of the truth. We step out into the light of life and what is real, and for some reason I can't do it. Because my heart is wounded and barely moving. It is stuck in a confusion of, is love enough? Love is supposed to be enough. It is. When your heart and mind are aligned, when you have inner peace and no fear, only butterflies, then love is true. A warm flush. Thoughts are clear. Now I ask, when will love be enough? For me, from me, is love enough? Okay, Bellz.
Okay, Bellz, but is love enough? Is love enough though?
Is, is it enough? Okay, so this line in the poem, I have a different perspective on. Um, I don't know what my heart wants or what I have to offer. I remember a guy I was dating, his mother asked me what I have to offer.
Huh?
And I was just thinking to myself, why the heck are you asking me that? Like, you should be worried about what your son has to offer me. Like, why are you worried about what I can give you? What can you offer me? So I think now my perspective on that is, know who you are and who you belong to and what you bring to the table. Like, if someone else questions that from you, you don't owe them anything. That doesn't mean you have to come up with something or that you are less than what you should be. Like, you have your own standard for you. And your offering is for yourself and for whatever higher power you answer to.
That's true. That's true. Because it's always good to know what you bring to the table. Because if you know yourself enough, you know what you'll put up with and what you want. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like, you'll know whether or not you'll put up with somebody that's a little goofy, a little annoying sometimes, or whether or not you'll be the serious one, the one that rarely laughs or rarely makes jokes. Because, yeah.
I mean,
you'll know what you bring to the table.
asking someone what do you have to offer is like asking them, what is your purpose here? That's kind of a rude thing. Like, especially if you're not in a relationship with the person where you need something from them to make the relationship work.
Yeah, I don't. I could understand if it was the other person in the relationship that asked you that, but with it being an outsider in the relationship, it was like, yeah, it was a little like, what you mean? What I gotta offer? That
offer you? Mind your freaking business. Exactly. That's a mind your business moment. Like, you're out of pocket. So it comes to a thing of discretion too. Like,
oh, I got this, I got this, I got this.
Know your role so you can recognize the roles of other people around you. Like,
exactly.
Some stuff you don't have to dignify.
Exactly. So, I got one more poem before we close out the show.
I don't like that. I don't want you to read all those poems, and I only.
It's only one more, okay? It's only one more. It's an oldie but goodie. It's one that yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. It's an oldie but goodie. I'm not even gonna read the title. Doing things to cause myself pain, not physically, but mentally and emotionally. Losing feelings for the women who have feelings for me because they came so easily. Chasing the ones who don't, because apparently I like a challenge. Going from fast text back and FaceTimes to being left on red and not even getting a phone call. Being heartbroken is more appealing than being loved. Unintentionally breaking the hearts of those women who actually liked me to get satisfaction to move on to my next left on red situations. Be my we need a little we need a applause on here. We need to get that back, our applauses and all that. We need to
I thought you were coming with the not me catching you in another lie.
wait.
Not
Oh,
me catching you in another lie.
hold up.
Hold on. Play that applause.
I don't have the applause.
Oh well.
Cause yeah, we don't have that yet. We don't have that yet. We can't put that sound on yet.
Okay. It is so weird to think I wrote this 6 years ago. I don't think I've ever performed it on the show, so I'm gonna perform it now. It was actually meant to be like a one woman like skit or like theatrical performance on stage, but I'll just read it now.
Oh, sorry.
Fade me out.
Ah!
You took the stage. You took it. Okay, this is just titled Performance Monologue. Oh no, it's not. It's this is titled Alone with Miss Kayla. Dear family, imaginary boyfriend, friends, and everyone else I like, this is a letter of all the things I can't say. Phew, she's finally gone. I've been waiting forever to be alone. Now I can talk as loud as I want for as long as I want without worrying about someone listening. Nothing is more fun than sitting around all day, stinking like a Band-Aid. Better than staring up at the ceiling and making your dreams big. A tiny house with tiny plants and a pet. That great invention I actually put to market. Nothing beats the rush of thought clouds or jitters from putting pen to paper. I ain't just a girl. I'm a writer with purple hair and stunning heels. My show premieres Thursday night at 8 sharp. I'd like to welcome you all to the Kayla Show. I'm a pilot flying to Mia Moore who stops at Greece, LA, Miami, Europe, Morocco, the Andes. Maybe I'll bump into my friend Jay Gatsby or dance with the Queen Bee. Barry, I'll see you in the office next week. You'll see me at my loft this weekend. Later, it'll be Netflix, sleep, a nap through noon. Eat, a hot brownie with cookies and ice cream and hot fudge and whipped cream. Yes, whipped cream. Whipped cream. Okay, Bellz. Thank you.
Okay, Loft. Okay, Loft. Okay, Loft.
Oh yeah, I used to want a loft so badly. So badly.
I mean, a penthouse would be perfect for me.
Oh yeah, a penthouse? Very luxurious. I think I wanted a loft because that's what they had in iCarly, and I really, really liked the way their apartment looked. So I was like, oh yeah.
Nah, for real though.
Yeah. But a penthouse, oh my gosh. Like sometimes the YouTubers I watch, you can see the background of their apartment, and I'm just like, that's a really nice condo. Or like,
yeah.
That's like, really nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really watch YouTubers like that anymore. I used to Lily Sing, Tana Mojo. I used to watch those people, but I don't. I lost touch.
Yeah,
So
you lost touch because both of them have been canceled. Who knows how many times at this point?
huh?
Tana just got into some drama.
Nah, Lily singing has been canceled.
Lily Singh, she doesn't have her late night show anymore. I don't know the latest on her, but I do know that Tana just got in trouble with her fan base again.
See, yeah, I lost touch because I just didn't really connect with that content anymore after a while. But yeah, it was just like whenever I would watch those videos, it'd be like, okay, you flexing, okay, I see you. But it was like, so I really enjoyed the like skyline view as well. So those really attracted me. But okay, Law.
Okay.
Okay, Barry in the office.
Yeah, my friend Barry. You know, Michelle knows that he takes my calls. It's cool. It's nothing crazy.
Okay, friends with Barack and Queen B. All right.
Yeah, B consulted with me when she was creating her Lemonade album. She was sending me samples like, what you think about this one? You think they'll go crazy? I was like, girl, you gotta do what's in your heart. She was like, okay.
Okay. Well, it's time to say goodbye.
Okay.
To Poetry Slam. It's time to say goodnight.
Good night
to everyone
Ooh.
watching our show. All right, Kay, this has been Poetry Slam with
K-Bellz
and your boy Napoleon B. Mike. Good night, everybody.